in the wonderful world of Everas, there lay a magnificent city called Haven. Nestled along a beautiful bay and surrounded by great mountains, Haven is considered a crown jewel of all the regions. As a citadel for all who enter her gates, people from all over the world gather here to make a living, to start a new life, or finish a long journey. After the great sleep, the people of Everas began to pick up their lives as their loved ones awakened and with barely any memory of what had gone on previously. A new leader of the Magisterium, who called themselves the Guardian, has promised to put out the remaining fires of the world and get rid of any lingering threats to their peace. In a sleepy hamlet nestled in the forests of Elowen, a proper young lad by the name of Lucan was training with a great warrior named Hercules when a glove with an invisible hand holding out an invitation appeared. Grasping onto it, his name appeared in bright blue ink, and he opened the envelope. In the outskirts of Loxton was a tiefling by the name of Baili, who had just finished a pot of warm tea with her girlfriend Mia, when an envelope slipped under her door, addressed to herself in a loopy calligraphy. She looked over at Mia, and in a knowing glance, Mia asked her to read it out loud. I would be honored to have you as one of my guests for a celebration, and a wonderful announcement that I can't wait to divulge just yet. Please feel free to bring a guest with you, and I'll see you soon. Yours, Eliot Spellman. In the deep cold waters of the north, a mermaid named Thal swam excitedly to her room to gather her things and let her sister know of the invitation. She was finally going back to see her friends again. Her mother, of course, was unhappy about her departure, but now that she was her own mermaid, she could do as she wished. Thal swam as fast as she could towards the floating oak door that had appeared to her just as the invitation had said, and pressed herself through it. Elowen, the half-orc druid, had been pacing back and forth in the summoning sanctum for quite some time, anxious for all of her friends to return for the great creation happening very soon. The whole Magisterium had been on edge awaiting all of their guests from far away that Elowen had almost forgotten to feed her pet Sprig. Thankfully, however, Belle had calmed her woes as Sprig came bounding into the room with a mouthful of carrots on her shoulder. Then the portal started to glow and hum, and in stepped the other keepers of Everas, ready for a new adventure and a bit of dancing after midnight. After you have gathered all of your things and prepared for the celebration in Haven after what's felt like years, even though it's only been a few months, where spring has sprung and the plants and trees and flowers had all started to bloom. One by one, you enter the summoning sanctum, which is where a large stone archway for portals has opened, as each of you step through with your new belongings, your new weapons, your new armors, and anything else that you have prepared or gathered along your journeys during this time away. Elowen excitedly is standing there waiting for you all, as Belle is with her as well. You each have received an invitation from Eliot, inviting you to stay at the Magisterium before a great celebration is happening at the end of the week. Um, that is when you've told your partners, your family, whoever, that they're able to join you. Um, there are this room is kind of an old, ancient-looking like chamber room, stone walls, beautiful banners of articulate colors and things like that that almost seem to swirl and swim and move by themselves. As you all enter, you see each other for the first time in what feels like forever. What do you do?
Val immediately hugs Lucan. And she's like, I missed you so much. There's so much I have to tell you all. I'm an adult by mermaid standards.
He's going to hug Belle and like look at everybody else and like smile and like yeah.
Elowen walks up to Bailey and she's like, I've been waiting for this moment. And she looks at all of her friends. I, I've had so much fun, but I've missed you all so much.
It does feel good to be back together, all in the same room. Although I can't say that I miss the
danger we were in before.
I was gonna pipe up. She's like, I kind of miss legs a little bit. Can you believe that? I only wore them once, and I was against mother's wishes, but I still wore them, and I got to see Princess Anna and Queen Elsa. Or wait, Queen Elsa, Princess Elsa, Queen Anna. I don't know how that is anymore.
Speak for yourself, I have not missed the water. It's been a wonderful few months safe on dry land.
Lucan, what have you been up to?
Was actually able to go do some training with Hercules. So he like puts his arm up, flexes a muscle, and like.
Whoa,
Ooh.
that's a lot.
And you, Elowen?
I've been studying mostly, helping out with Eliot and Sapphiria, whenever I can, but been doing a lot of studying. I've uh, studied a lot, actually, and visited the Magisterium and a whole bunch of things. I've learned a lot.
Spells?
Yeah, I've learned a lot of spells, and I got a book from Evelyn on some potion stuff, nothing to her standards, but it pushed me in the right direction, and I've learned a few tricks here and there.
Evelyn's here?
Not here at the moment.
Oh. Yeah.
So you've been here this whole time?
Yes,
It's a nice
it's quite
place.
nice.
Yeah. You'll have to show us around later.
I definitely will. What have you been up to, Baili?
Mostly just enjoying not having so much excitement around. Mia and I got a new place to stay, and I'm done with the syndicate. I'm done with all of that. I said goodbye to it. And I'm engaged.
Oh,
What?
Yeah, it's we're not in a rush about it or anything, but we've just been enjoying each other and enjoying our new home and trying to move forward.
well,
That's
congratulations.
amazing.
Thank you. It's been a really good few months. I think we both really needed it after everything.
And
You
I'm
have to
proud
tell
of
us
you.
all the details.
I'm proud of you leaving the syndicate behind.
Yeah, I don't think they'll be getting hold of me anytime soon. They did nothing to help, and Cruella was at the helm of it anyways, so that place is long gone.
As you're all kind of like reminiscing and getting in touch and reconnecting and all that stuff, Belle steps forward. She's wearing a like a light blue cloak. She's got her hair pulled back in her signature village ponytail, and she holds onto a large brown staff that's curled at the top with a rose glowing in the center of it. She steps forward and she says, well, bonjour everyone. It's so good to see you all. How are you all holding up?
Pretty well. I just had my birthday yesterday, so it was great.
Oh, well, happy birthday.
Great. I now could turn into a siren if somebody stole my totem, but thank you.
Of course. Well, it's glad to have you here at the Magisterium. Elowen has been talking nonstop about your adventures, so she's caught me up on most of it. I'm sure we'll go over it later this evening with over a cup of tea. Dinner will be served this evening, and Eliot is very excited to have you here at the Magisterium. If you want, whenever you're ready, I can show you to your rooms.
Sure.
Perfect. You'll be staying in the same wing as Elowen for the remainder of your stay, or stay as long as you like. We'd love to have you. There are a few other friends that have gathered here today just as well. CInderella as well. She is here, and something very exciting. We have found a way to have Prince Charming return to our world. They got married
Really?
just a few weeks ago, so she's officially a princess.
My God.
It is quite
Wow.
very enchanting. Aurora is here as well, though She has been sticking to her room as she likes it there, and she sometimes visits the gardens outside. You can often hear her singing from the corridors. Ariel and Eric should be arriving this evening, along with Anna, Elsa, and Kristoff, as well as Olaf and Sven. Um, there are a few others that will be joining us as well. Jasmine sends her regards. Her and Aladdin have also wed as well. They
Oh.
want to thank you for being able to wake them all up from their kingdom, and Jafar has obviously disappeared along with the other villains, so we don't have to worry about them anymore. Our story worlds have been put on a pause, as obviously we are here on Everas to celebrate the Guardian, Eliot, of course, and his return back to Everas. Now, if you just follow me up these stairs, and you follow her up this winding staircase, and you see more parts of the Magisterium. It's this ancient, old-looking castle with beautiful flagstone walls and portraits that seem to move, um, tapestries and banners and stained glass windows, and there seems to be a smell of sandalwood and parchment paper that clings to the air. She leads you down a corridor with long draperies and rugs and things like that as she shows you each to your room. It's all down a long hallway, all connected by a single corridor. She shows you to your rooms, and you all kind of put your things away and just admire the beautifulness of the Magisterium. All of your windows, if you peer out of them, they are magically showing you remnants of home. So when you look out the windows, it may not be Haven, but it does look like home. Eventually, when you all kind of gather around, finally put your stuff away, you gather back into the corridor where Belle is waiting you all, and she says, "Now come, you must come to the hall. Eliot is waiting for you." Um, you all disappear um, down another flight of staircase and into a grand foyer with columns rising up to the ceilings, and it almost looks like the day sky kind of protrudes through the ceilings. But eventually, you come to a grand banquet hall that has been decorated all for the celebration of Eliot and the Guardian, where you see Eliot standing down at the end of the hall in his blue robes, and he's talking to amongst other people, Deet, along with some other of the council members, as he's going over plans and things with that. But after he disperses them all, he looks and he says, "Ah, my friends, welcome. I'm glad to see you have all received my invitation. I'm glad to have you."
It's really great to be back, actually. I kind of missed the feet. So, yeah, this is great to
Well,
be back.
I'm glad that you are getting accustomed to your human feet again, Val. Lucan, I see that you've been training very well with Hercules.
I have. It's been a great experience.
Wonderful. That's awesome. That's what I like to hear. Elowen, Fairy Godmother has told me that Talim has finished his training and he is officially on his way to becoming the next Fairy Godfather.
Oh, that is so exciting. He hasn't worked me in a couple days, so I was wondering what was up. I'm guessing he was rather busy with that.
Yes, his exams have gone very well and he's passed with flying colors. He shall be joining us this evening. He's very excited to see you.
Oh, I'm so excited to see him.
Wonderful. And Baili, congratulations. That is awesome. Let me see the ring.
Thank you. And she holds out her hand, and it's a small, slender silver ring. Nothing too flashy, but it fits her well. It's wonderful to see you again, Elliot. Thank you for inviting us here.
Of course. My place is always here for my friends, for the keepers of Everas. You have done great things for our world, and you are renowned throughout the land.
As are
Now,
you.
thank you. I have much to attend to before this evening. Dinner will be served. I will have Deet give you all the menus for tonight. Don't worry about picking anything now. We'll have Lumiere and Cogsworth there hosting tonight's celebration for the fest, or for the feast. Now, I have other things I must run off to. Feel free to explore the castle as much as you want, and of course Haven as well. There's much to see since your last times here. And oh, one more thing before I forget. And he pulls out from his bag these little like glowing like crystal spheres. This is what I call a telesphere. It has the ability to communicate through all for wherever you are. So if you need to get in touch with each other, you're more than welcome to, and get in touch with me as well. Um, they're being developed by a corporation called Magi-tech. They are trying to kind of better the needs for the people of Everas. So we hope that the cooperation and partnership with the Magisterium and Magi-tech will go very well. This should also help young mages and magi to further their studies along and help you prepare for what's to come. Now, if you excuse me, I shall see you all this evening.
Is it the same thing that Bailey had before?
It is a new advanced version of it. Belle looks over, she says, okay, I have a few things too. I need to go to the library to finish talking with Celine. We're updating some of our history books um, to kind of settle in with everything. I'm sure CInderella would love to see you, as well as the other adventurers and princesses. Tiana and Naveen are down in the kitchens. They're preparing for some of the feast. Um, Go on, explore. If you need anything, just call me on your Magisphere, okay? Or your Telesphere.
Thanks.
Thank you, Belle.
Of course. Bonjour. And she uh, walks away and departs from the hall, leaving you all to kind of be in each other's company and discuss what you want to do before dinner.
What do you guys want to do? We could walk around the Magisterium, go visit the streets of Haven. Everything's really been rebuilt, and the city is glowing now. Uh, since everyone woke up, business has been booming, and the shops are really cool. Uh, whatever you guys want to do.
What's
you
like your
wanna-
favorite thing?
My favorite thing? Well, here in the Magisterium, there is a garden that I love to visit, but I don't know if you guys would enjoy that. So maybe if we just go to the Haven Square, we could start there and see where we go. If you guys want to do some shopping, there's been some advancements in fashion lately,
Kat looks down at herself, still in like fish clothes. Fashion?
like dresses and stuff like that. I'm not particularly like in the know of fashion, but I hear it discussed with other females a lot.
Looks around the room at the other females. She's like, oh, yeah. They look very fancy, actually.
Maybe we could get you a nice dress or a new outfit for when you visit us.
Yeah, when I visit.
I'd love to see
Uh,
the city of Haven.
Oh, come on.
Okay.
So what did you all decide to do? Alrighty. So
Big trip.
you all Elowen leads you out of the Magisterium and out into the kind of Magisterium courtyard before leaving the gates behind and seeing the expansive city of Haven itself. You walk through the streets and gather. You pass the train station that you're all very familiar with and the adventures that you had on the train, as well as seeing people pass by with smiling faces, filled with hope, filled with dreams, as springtime really has taken hold of the city. You see the palace down the long main street side with its glowing towers and tops of turrets and things like that. You pass by the emporium and a confectionery. There is a cafe as well as a clothing store, a jewelry place, weaponry, little cafes and boutiques, all that could fill your heart's desires, pet stores, magic shops, anything, bookstores, anything that you could dream of is here in the great city of Haven.
Oh, this is better than it was last time. I mean, we were kind of rushing through to the train. Gun ho.
Yeah, it looks much nicer.
Where do you guys want to start first? We can find a new outfit for Thal.
To do things for me, it's fine. We can go wherever you guys want to. It's fine. I have a lot of pearls. I can buy you things. I remember that the land people really like pearls, so I was like really digging for some the last few months.
Well, you don't have to buy us anything, but I think that you need to be treated just a little bit while you're here, because, well, I hope in the future you would want to visit us more often. And maybe, like Anna and Elsa have, remember they mentioned they have game night? Maybe we could do something similar in every few months or so. And, well, you need an outfit for when you come visit.
True. She's looking at the same outfit she wore like the last time we all were together. Okay. Well, where's the place you buy the human clothes?
Oh, there's a boutique down this way. Deet showed me.
Deet?
Oh, yes, Eliot's apprentice. She's as sweet as a button.
Oh. Well, if she thinks it's great, then we should go there.
All right, so you head down the streets following Ellen, taking in the smells of you smell popcorn and cotton candy and other sweets of the city as you find yourself passing by, a little alleyway, and eventually you come to a place called Uptown Clothiers, which is a small little boutique painted in pristine maroons and whites. And you enter in the little buildings, and you see cute clothes, adventuring outfits, and things that would be for modern wear. An elven woman stands at the back of the shop behind a cash register, and she says, "Ah, yes, hello, welcome in, welcome in. It's good to see you all. Oh, Elowen, it's good to see you as well."
Nice to see you. I was wondering if you could help us style our dear friend over here. She's not from around any city, and she needs a little upgrade.
Absolutely. Let's see here. Now, would you prefer a skirt, a dress, a pants?
Uh, that's what's easier to walk in?
Well, if you want to feel flowing and free, then I would suggest a dress or a skirt. But if you want to feel a little more modern wear, women are now actually wearing pants.
I will I will wear pants. She
Perfect.
looks scared.
Let me just get your measure. Step up to the mirror here. Let me get your measurement. And she
She
pulls out
does.
a tape measure, and she starts like taking her measurements, and then she lets go of the tape measurer, and it starts floating around you, like making its own little measurements. And as she takes a quill that and a floating clipboard, and the quill starts writing as she's like looking, she says, "Now, your palette. I want something that would go great with your complexion. Here, try this on." And she pulls out from one of the racks a beautiful looking a pant and a bodice top peasant shirt with a bustier that kind of complements Thal's skin tones and things like that. And oh, you can't go wrong with a bow. And she pulls out a bow and a choker to kind of complete the outfit. Now, go ahead, try this on. There's a room over there.
Oh, you have to change in that room. She looks back at the others,
Mhm.
and then she goes into the room to get naked and change.
Now, what about your friends here? Are you looking for new outfits as well?
Do you have any armor?
I don't have any armor, but it's mostly just modern streetwear that we have here at our clothing boutique. If you're looking for armor, you might want to try down the street.
She looks down at her outfit, which is probably pretty up to date fashion wise. I feel like she'd be on top of it, especially living in Loxton, would have access to finer clothes, and she'll say, I'm alright, but you have lovely wares. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Now, can I actually interest you in any of our amulets or rings? We do have a new shipment that just came in from the Jianxiao region. They are quite fine and they do complement your outfit.
Do you like Jen's show fashion? Show me the amulets.
Of course, right over here. And she takes you over to a case where you see just these glittering, beautifully looking jewels and necklaces and rings and pendants. And she says, I have a couple here that might fit your style. This one here is a glowing amber straight from the deep caves of Jianzhou. It was mined just recently and shipped over, actually, just this morning. Got it in. Let's see. Do you like them long or do you like them shorter?
Shorter and silvers, reds, or blacks are best.
Of course, of course. Now here, try this one. She hands you over kind of a shorter pendant necklace. That's in the shape of a triangle with like glowing like amber and like it almost look like embers almost on the insides that kind of glows and gleams in the light.
Ooh, that's really stunning. What is this?
So this is the amber that I was talking about from the caves. That was just mine. We haven't exactly got in all the translations from the inventory list, but I've been told that it is all the rage in Weishu.
All right. How much?
Well, since it's your first time here, I'll give you a little bit of a discount. That one will only be 8 pieces of gold.
No problem. It's really beautiful. Thank you.
Of
And
course.
she'll hand her 8 pieces of gold.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And it glitters in the sun, so whenever you are out in the sun, you're gonna feel it warm against your chest. It'll almost give you light in the darkness at night.
All right. Good to know. And she kind of turns it over in her palm and puts it around her neck. Thank you again.
Of course. Now, sir, kind sir, are you sure you don't want anything?
Uh,
Oh, I forgot to mention when Elliot gave you the sphere, it showed you that you have credits for the city of gold pieces of 500.
Shopping spree.
Oh.
Additional to what we had last time?
Additional to whatever you have.
Okay.
Like when
Well,
you
that.
look at the sphere, like if you played or toyed around with it, it like shows your stats and your health and like that type of thing. It shows your inventory. But as you get to like explore your telespheres, you're gonna get to know more about the cool things that it can do.
I'm not usually one for jewelry. Do you maybe have some like pins, like a shirt pin, or like
For your lapel?
a cuff,
Absolutely.
like one?
Cufflinks?
Yeah, cufflinks.
Of course, yes. Just the finest of golds and silvers if you choose. I do have a few bronze and pewter if you're looking more for a budget, but these will do just nicely. And she pulls out a case and shows it to you, and you see just kind of all the cool little like pins and things. You have like more minimalist designs as well as extravagant looking ones with like leaves that seem to look like they grow and have roots. Some that look like they have little anvils or little axes on them, as well as just some other like opals and turquoise and different gemstones and things like that. If you get a set of two, they're only 4 pieces of gold.
So he's gonna pick out like probably a more plain set, like maybe something in the middle, like nothing like extravagant, probably gold.
Something classy.
Yeah. And he's like wearing like a just a plain like button down like t-shirt or like long sleeve t-shirt, like nothing, not like a dress shirt, just like button
Just
down,
something, yeah.
whatever, but his sleeves were like rolled up, so he's gonna like roll his sleeves down and put the cufflinks on and then hand over, you said
Hmm.
4 gold? Okay.
Yes. Those look absolutely extravagant on you, young sir. I'm sure that your wife or suitor, if you have one, will be very happy to see you in that.
Uh, thanks. I don't think I have one, but thank you.
Oh, well then maybe you'll find one this evening. Now,
You really are quite handsome, Lucan. They look
s-
nice.
now,
Thank you. And he kind of like blushes a little bit.
at this time, Thal has finished changing, and you step out, and kind of the camera pans down from her feet, and it goes up as she kind of twists and admires herself in the mirror. Ah, you look absolutely wonderful, very divine. You look like royalty yourself.
I am not royalty at all. I'm probably the farthest thing from it, actually, out of everybody here.
Really? That's very interesting. Well, just as I was telling your friend over there, maybe you'll catch the Prince Chadwick's eyes this evening.
Prince Chadwick was that? I guess he's a
Prince,
prince.
yes, he is the prince of our king. Charming, handsome, and absolutely wonderful. He's been a very benevolent prince in the past few months.
Oh, he is so charming. Hmm. How old is he?
Well, I'd say he is of marrying age, probably late 20s.
Oh, okay.
Way too
Well,
old for me.
That's true. You are the youngest of all of us. And I'm an adult, so ha.
well, if you'd like to purchase that, again, since this is your first time, the full set will be 20.
Sure. And she gives them 20 pearls.
Oh dear, I couldn't possibly take these wonderful pours from you. I will need gold pieces or credits.
Okay. And she gives the 20 credit. Wait, wow, how many are credits? I forgot. 30 or 20? Brain
20.
on medicine. Okay, 20 credits.
Perfect. Wonderful. Elowen, would you like to do anything? I do have your order, and if you'd like, I just was able to fix up your shawl. I know it got a little ratty, but I was able to patch up some of the holes and things, and view a little bit of elven magic in it.
Oh, it's ready. Thank you so much. How much do I owe you?
Oh, don't worry about it. You've done plenty enough for me.
Oh, well, thank you so much. If any of your plants or windows or any of your landscaping needs any work, don't be afraid to call me.
Of course, I haven't had to worry about them since last time you've come in. Our plants have been blooming just wonderfully this spring.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear it. Yeah, I would love to see my order. I'm probably am good for right now with my shawl being fixed, and well, maybe a new peasant blouse to go under my leather armor.
Of course. All right. Well, here, let's see. Ah, this one. And she pulls out a nice looking blouse with a little bit of embroidery at the bottom of it, like little leaves and plant vines and stuff embroidered around the bottom. This one would look perfect with your new shawl.
Oh, I do agree. Yes. How much?
This will only be 10 today.
Oh, here you go. And she takes 10 gold out of her purse and she hands it over.
Thank you so much. She puts it in the till and then she says, "Give me just one moment." And she steps into the back and then she comes back with and she pulls off a cloth over a hanger and she presents Elowen your shawl.
Oh,
There, just fine.
it's beautiful. Thank you so much for fixing it and adding to it. And
Of
she wraps it
course.
around herself, feeling more complete because she didn't have it before.
Of course. Just remember that Madeline sent you if you have to tell anyone where you got it from.
Of course.
Now, if there's anything else I can do for you, please let me know. I just want to finish up a couple orders I have for this evening.
Of course. I think we're off to the armory. Thank you so much.
Of course.
Thank you.
Um,
She
you're very,
curtsies.
you're very welcome. You all exit the store and back out onto the streets, and leaving you to decide what you want to do next.
I'm probably going to go buy some new armor. Mine's been I haven't updated it since the last time I saw you, honestly, and I do wear it often. Even being done with the syndicate, I've still been working and training, practicing. So I
I
don't
like to wear mine out when I leave the Magisterium and do my own training and stuff, so I understand. I might also get new leather armor.
Yeah, I feel like it would be a good purchase, and especially since we have these credits now, we might as well indulge, right?
Mhm.
I mean, I head that way if you guys would like to join me.
Yeah, I'll
Um,
follow. I
so
can't wear armor, right?
it would
I
impede your
can.
spell casting, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, never mind.
So you head down the streets and following directions of Madeline, and you come across the Dragon's Forge, an armory, just off the corner, nestled in between a chapeau, and the Town Square Theater. You head in and you kind of it gets a little warm as the forge is going on as you see a couple people kind of looking over the shelves and things of helmets and breastplates and armlets and gauntlets and things like that. And then a small timid looking maybe teenager, pimply faced, with big round glasses, approaches you. He goes, "Hello, welcome to the Dragon's Forge Armory. How can I assist you today?"
So, I have leather armor, and I've been wearing it for a while. It's worn a little thin. I was wondering if you have anything stronger, maybe studded leather or something reinforced.
Yes, absolutely. Might I interest you in this selection over here? And he steps forward. And he shows you kind of some mannequins that are dressed in armors. Kind of brighter colors on some of them. And he's like, "No, let me see. You're more of a midnight color than you are of daybreak. Yes?
That's absolutely true, and something light, preferably.
Light?
Yeah,
Hmm.
something I can move around in, something quiet.
Ah, then you're going to want what I call the thieves' best friend." And he pulls out kind of a nice looking armor that just suits Bailey very well. It's got some studded um, uh, leather belts and little pockets and things like that around him, around the pants, the tight pants. And he goes, "This is very interesting. If you have any type of dagger or small weapon, if you tuck it just inside this pouch here, it will mend itself within 12 hours."
Well, that's incredible. And she kind of feels around the pockets, like sticks her fingers down in them, checks it out for a minute. Oh, I love it. How much?
Let's see. This one actually is a little more expensive side. We're looking at about 45 pieces of gold.
And do you know how strong it is?
Well, I can say that no one's ever returned any of this line exactly. So I'd say that it either they died in it or it works very well for them.
Suppose I'm willing to roll the dice. I'll take it.
Perfect. Here you go, and that'll just be 45.
No problem. Thank you very much. And
Of
she'll hand me
course.
45.
He tucks it into his apron and hands it over. If you do need a change, we do have changing rooms in the back.
I will. Thank you. And she'll
Hmm.
go off to change her clothes.
Now, you three, what about you? Do you need anything today?
What do you have in the way of shield?
Oh, yes. A shield man. We do have smaller shields down up atop here. Our larger shields are going to be obviously a little more expensive. This one is a signature classic called the Dragon's Breath. It has the ability to block out blasts of fire and give you resistance damage to fire and things of heat. The smaller ones up top, they don't have much magical resistance or things like that, but it does be quite sturdy in a quick battle. The smaller ones are going to start at 20 apiece, where the larger ones are going to go all the way up to 80.
I kind of look around for a minute, like kind of like every couple one he kind of like reaches out and just kind of like gives it a little like touch. Um and Is he allowed to like pick them
Yeah.
up? Okay, without like getting in trouble.
Yeah.
So he is going to take a closer look at the fire resistant one. And he actually pulls out his like not his I think the great axe is a two-handed weapon.
The great axe, yes.
But I believe the war scythe can be a one-handed. Let me look.
Yes. The classic Dragon's Breath Shield. The most amazing part about the Dragon's Breath Shield is it allows you to use a two-handed weapon with only one hand. A shield in one
Oh.
and a weapon in the other. It's goblin made, so it's a little tricky to getting used to at first, but I'm sure that you could handle it yourself, a strapping guy like you.
Oh. Okay. And so he kind of like carefully, because he's in a shop and around people, is kind of like testing it out with his weapon, and he had some training on how to use a shield. I think he's gonna take that one.
Perfect. So this one is going to be on the expensive side here at 60 gold pieces. Would you like any attachments or any trinkets or things? Would you like to that?
There are attachments.
Yes. As you can see here, there are 3 slots for attachments to the shield. Each fire gem that you install into the shield that can be placed in by any local blacksmith will give you increased damage resistance to fire. Eventually, if you store all 3 slots, you will have immunity to fire damage.
I think I'm okay for right now. But I think this will do. And the credits operate the same way, right? Like,
Yes.
okay. Then he'll just can I use the credit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, perfect. Telesphere. And he sets it in like almost like a base, and you see it kind of glow, and then you hear like a little ding. He gives it back to you. Perfect. I've taken that. Is there anything else that I can interest you all in?
I am looking for some new leather armor. I'm wearing old woven leather armor from my tribe, and it just isn't doing what possibly could need in the future. You never know.
Of course. Now, I do have one called the Vine Growth. It is a very interesting leather armor that if you are to walk through any forest or glade or meadow perhaps, your armor will actually pick up seeds that you might find without even having to worry about them. The armor gets attracted to it and you can use those seeds to plant things.
Sold. How much?
So that is elven made. The asking price for this one is 50. However, it is on sale today for 10% off.
I can read. Math is not my strongest suit. So whatever it is, I will buy it.
Perfect. Okay. Will you be doing coin or credit?
Coin.
Perfect. So that is only going to be here of $45.
Thank you so much. I'm gonna go change into this.
Perfect. How about you, ma'am?
Hello?
Hello.
Okay. Hi. I think I'm okay unless there's like wrist I can wear, but that stuff looks really heavy and I'm made of like hollow bones.
Let me guess. You're some type of bard or magic user?
Yes?
You'll want to try the store just down the street from here. They have any type of magical armor or anything that you might need to help with your spell casting.
Oh, thanks.
It's right next to the bow and arrow store.
Okay. I will definitely check that place out as well.
Perfect. At this time, Elowen and Baili have stepped out from getting dressed and things like that, and you just feel more comfortable in the outfits that you're wearing. You both look very wonderful.
Thank you so much. Ellen had put her leather armor in her bag of holding.
Okay.
It feels good. It fits very comfortably.
Good. That's what we like to hear. Now, if I can't do anything else for you. I hope you have a wonderful evening.
Thank you, you as well.
you.
Thank you. And you all exit the shop, going back out to the busy evening streets.
I feel bad going shopping more, honestly.
Why?
I don't know. I just feel like I'm wasting everybody's time. I just got back with you guys and everything.
I
Out
don't feel like it's a
together.
waste of time. We have nothing else to do, and we do have all of this credit that we didn't have before.
That's true.
And we just got armor, so we need to make sure that you're protected no matter where you go on your adventures.
It's true. It's
True.
been a long time since we've all gone out together, and frankly, it's a lovely day.
I just don't know what I would, I guess, need. I guess they may know. But if we see like an Apple store on the way, I think I want to get Evelyn something.
I wouldn't mind some lunch, or a snack for the road later.
Yeah. So on the way to the magic store and maybe finding a bite to eat.
I know this great food stand. They have healthy and unhealthy options.
There's such thing as unhealthy options.
Yes. Very recently, it has been an uptick that there has been fried things. Like fried pickles are delicious, but they're so bad for you and you feel horrible after. But there's
What's fried?
they coat it in this breading, like so they wait for the bread to harden and they crumble it and they stick it to these vegetables and they put it in oil.
I'm gonna trust you on this.
It is very good, but it is very unhealthy.
Okay.
Do they have
don't know.
any fried kelp?
We could always ask. Probably
Yeah.
not.
Oh. It's okay.
As you're walking down the street, you're passing by, different stores as Elowen kind of leads you to the food stand. And abruptly in front of you, this woman like bolts out of one of the stores with this like flaming red, curly, wild hair and an emerald green cloak with a bow and arrow strapped to her back. She says, "Oh, you charging on my leg there? Come on, don't you even know who I am?" God, this place is absolutely disgustingly clean. Oh, sorry about that.
Oh, it's okay. Are you okay?
I'm fine, but I just tried to buy a bit of arrows for me. But they're trying to charge me just as much as I could for myself. If not more.
Well, this is a growing metropolis. A lot of things here are not what you would find in another village.
They ain't got nothing like this here in Dunbrook.
Oh, you were from very far away.
Yeah,
Are you here on for the party or just
yeah.
visiting?
I was invited by Eliot himself. The name's Merida.
Oh, it is very nice to meet you, Merida.
It's nice to meet you as well. What's yours name?
I'm Elowen, and these are my friends.
Baili, nice to meet you.
Lucan.
Thal.
Pleasure's all mine, right, laddies. Now listen, if you see three little triplets, well, they're not so little anymore, they're teenagers. They're running around causing a muck. That's probably my wee brothers.
Do you
Well,
want them to send to you?
I'll let them run amok for this place. Looks like they can need it a little bit. But if you could put me in the way to the Magisterium, I'd be delighted.
yes, it's just down that way. Take a corner, and you'll see it. It's huge, and there'll be a front gate, and you walk just right in. Just tell them who you are.
Perfect. See, Magic and me don't really get along. One time I met a witch in the woods, and she turned me mum into a bear.
Well, I promise you, we're not all like that.
Alright, I trust you. Well, it's good seeing you, everyone. And she like nods her head and she like skips along.
I've never seen like an accent like that. How do you even understand her? It's hard to even understand this common.
Well, living at the Magisterium with Eliot and Sapphiria and everyone, and meeting a whole bunch of different people, you get to learn and try to understand where everyone's coming from, and you get an ear for these kind of things. Now, other languages, still having a hard time with that, but accents, I can do pretty well.
Well, she didn't seem very happy about the bow and arrow store. And she glances at Baili. And then Elowen. And Lucan. Like, did you guys need bow and arrows? Bows and arrows?
I have a bow and my quiver is stocked, but I suppose not everyone's used to city prices.
I mean, it's like maybe she counts on her fingers. Maybe 5th time I've ever been to a city.
This is one of the biggest ones there is, too.
So I'll say, it's pretty big. It's like a whole coral reef system down up here.
Well, let's get you some magical armor, or, to help you out with your spellcasting.
Yeah, okay. And she waltzes into the magic store. And she's like, I'm not sure what I need.
You go into the magic shop called Zanzibar's Magic Trading Company. And as you enter, you kind of hear the humming of magic as it kind of vibrates around you and clings to the air. Potion bottles and a giant cauldron, as well as some books and wands and cloaks of many colors, wizard hats and cages filled with owls and other types of familiars. As a kindly old woman, she finishes ringing up some customers as they giggle and they leave, and then she looks over to you and she goes, "Well, hello there, welcome, welcome. What can I offer you today?"
Hey, she looks back, the other's nervous. I am a magic user who needs some buffs? I don't know, like magic cuffs or something? I'm made of fish bones and can't wear heavy things.
Well, you come to the right place, my dear. Don't worry, I will get you taken care of. Now listen, if you look over here, we got some gauntlets that are really good for spell casting because they don't intertwine with your hand-eye coordination at all. It does kind of give you a little bit of a boost in need of using magic. If you run out of any type of spell slots or points or things like that, you can exhaust one of the amulet points and use an extra spell.
I do like the sound of that being what I am. And she's like, this selects a pair that maybe matches her outfit right now. And she's like, how much are these?
Well, if you're getting both of them, it's 40.
Okay. Do you get both of them? Do I get both of them? Is that what you do? Or you just get one?
You can do
I'll get
whatever your
both
heart's
of them.
desire. All right. Now, mind you, as she takes them over and rings them up at the counter, just be careful about using them too much, as you will get exhausted after using your extra spell slot.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. But in a pickle, it might help. I don't know how much fighting I'll do, but maybe there's a nasty kraken. Krakens aren't very nice.
All right, the 40 pieces, and you're all set.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful evening.
Look, I'm like you guys. I have magical armor as well. Now
I
what do
think
we
it
do?
suits you.
Thanks.
Well, does anybody else need anything? Baili, do you need some arrows, or...
No,
I was
think I'm
actually
fully stocked.
wondering if we could stop by a weapon store or blacksmith. I don't know. During training and after all of our adventures, my weapons could use sharpened or updated.
Yeah,
I mean, Eliot's thingy, like the holder, works wonders. But he kind of like runs his finger along like the blade of his axe, and he's like, "We're little dull."
I'll say.
Yeah, the blacksmith, I believe, is right down the street on the corner.
Would you guys mind heading over there?
Of course not.
Okay. No, not
Okay.
at all.
All right, so you head following Elowen's directions and come to the Silver Spring weaponry, where you enter, and it's like cool shades of blue and teals as you enter, and you see these swords and great swords, scimitars, rapiers, axes, and all hung up on the wall and on display. As an older gentleman, approaches you in a nice looking suit, and he says, "Ah, yes. Welcome to the Silver Spring. What can I do for you today?"
He's gonna pull out both his war scythe and his great axe. He's gonna be like, I don't. Do you have maybe upgrades for these, or maybe they could just be sharpened? I'm not.
Yeah,
I have some training with these, but I'm not like the most familiar with all of the weapons. So if you could just give me your professional opinion.
of course, sir. Absolutely. I'd love to help you out. Now, if you sign up with our rewards program, you do get one free sharpening of each weapon per day. I can take those, and you can pick them up tomorrow if you'd like.
How much is the rewards program?
Oh, no. It's all free.
Oh, okay.
Perfect. I'll just need a little bit of your information. But if you have one of those new telespheres, I'd be happy just to upload you immediately. He takes it, sets it on the counter and into the little holder, and you hear a little ding. He's like, "Perfect. Lucan, is it?
Yeah.
You wouldn't be happen to be related to the Lucan that happens to be in tournaments across the continent?"
Yes.
I
Well, not related.
So it is you. I thought you looked a little familiar.
I'm surprised you know me. Okay. Um, and he kind of like looks back at everyone. He's like, "Am I getting popular?"
Well,
Maybe.
if
Because you're a keeper.
People were talking about you in Loxton. I heard them in the nightclub sometimes.
The nightclub.
Yeah, underground people and places placing bets. I have heard them mention your name
Were the bets in my favor or against me?
sometimes. It depends.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
oh, alrighty, if you want to hand over any of your weapons, the second one is on B.
Okay. He'll hand over both
Alrighty.
the great axe and the war scythe.
Perfect. I will have these sharpened and primed and ready for you tomorrow morning, okay?
Well, thank you.
Of course. Now, is there anything else I can do for you and my friends?
No.
Wonderful. Well, thank you for stopping by. I hope you have a wonderful day.
You as well.
As they're leaving, he's kind of like looking at like all of the weapons, and his eyes are kind of like almost kid in a candy store, and he like he taps Bailey on the shoulder. He's like, "Look, do you see them?"
She kind of turns and looks at some of the sharper, pointy ones. They are really nice. The city of Haven has come a long way.
So, as
Maybe
you
I'll get one of those someday. Sorry, I keep interrupting.
No, you're fine. So as you kind of head down the street, you come to a circular hub of grass and trees and gardens as you see the magnificent, beautiful Haven Palace ahead of you, with its pink walls and dark blue tops and spiral ribbons and decorations for the celebration of 50 years of the Guardian's return. Means that this has been the 50th year since a new Guardian has took its place. The 50th celebration is going on all year long, and festivities are happening all around the hub. And then the smell of fried spring rolled cheeseburgers catches your nose.
Yes. See, that's one of their new foods.
You
Is this a
follow your
smell?
you follow your noses past a conservatory called the Crystal Palace, where there's plants and greenhouses and things on the inside. And eventually you come across a small little stand where there's deep fried anything you can think of. But today's menu is fried cheeseburger spring rolls.
You're so good, you guys.
Damn, that sounds so good.
You're so good.
We will definitely be having these. What I'm really preparing you for is to see these sights in real life at the Magic Kingdom.
I literally can't wait. Dang, I've never smelled anything like that before. I don't think they have anything like that in Loxton.
It's brand new with the festival. All these people from all over have traveled to be here, and they brought some brilliant culinary advances.
Well, like I said, I could really go for some lunch.
I'll try it. I'm not one for the meat thingies, but we'll try it.
Oh, I won't be getting one of those, but you guys are more than welcome to.
Speak for yourselves. And she'll go up and order a cheeseburger spring roll.
You pay for your spring roll. It's only 2 pieces. And the attendant vendor hands you these 2 rolls of deep fried deliciousness. You take a bite into it and you taste the mustard and the ground beef and the cheese, and it just is absolutely delicious.
I was gonna save one of these for later, but I don't know if I can.
And then you, as you're kind of like just hanging around the central garden hub, you see this family with 2 little kids as they're eating what looks to be some type of orange whipped ice cream of some type of dessert, and the smell of oranges and pineapple fills your nose.
That smells so good, you guys.
Oh, I would go for one of those.
This place is
What
too
is it?
tempting.
I'll try that thing. Where did they get that?
The little kid like stops eating the dessert and he goes, "Sunshine Tree Terrace. It's called a Dole Whip."
A Dole Whip. Okay. Let's go find the sunshine singers.
Yeah, I'll go with you, Thal.
Ashley knows where that is, but Thal does not. Let's go into Adventureland, guys.
So you pass by and you enter the left side off of the hub palace gardens, and you enter kind of a tropical looking district of Haven, where it's you see a sign that calls Aventura District. And you pass by kind of marketplaces and vendors of fruits and exotic flavors and teas and things like that, eventually coming across a place called the Sunshine Tree Terrace, where a giant sign that says, "Get your Dole Whips," and a little bird, an orange looking bird with the shape of an orange head, is like painted on the wall in a little mural.
Seen an orange bird before, but she goes up to the stand. She's like, "I'll have a Dole Whip."
Sure. Would you like the orange? Would you like the banana or the pineapple, or would you like it twisted together?
Twisted together.
Great choice. And he whips you up one and he gives it over. Is this your first time?
Yes. What is
On
this?
It's on the house.
I put it
Take a
on the
bite.
house.
No. It means it's free.
Oh, okay. Thank you. And she bites into it, and then she realizes it's cold, and she's like, "Oh my God!" And she almost squishes in her face. It's cold, you guys. It's like home.
I'll take one pineapple Dole Whip, please.
Of course. And he pours you one as well, whips you up, and hands it over. On
Thank
the
you
house
so
as well.
much.
You're very
Oh,
welcome.
well, thank you so much. You are too kind.
Of course. It's the 50th celebration of the Guardian. Of course it's going to be free for you.
Thank you.
Does that mean he's 50 years old?
No. It means it's been 50 years since the last Guardian celebration.
Oh. Okay.
You start to
Jesus.
you
Sorry.
head back to the hub, and you sit down on the grass, just kind of taking in the sights and smells and the sounds of Haven City as you glare up at the palace, and the sun starts to set against the horizon as the evening sun appears.
I think we should be getting back to the Magisterium for the festivities.
Probably
I
not a bad
believe so.
idea.
I think we have to get changed, right? I don't know if I can wear pants to a ball.
I am pretty sure you can wear anything you want. We're kind of special guests.
I can be naked?
Not like that.
Oh,
No.
okay.
I mean, if you want to be.
Lily, don't encourage.
I mean, clothes are weird. I don't know why you guys wear them.
I think you should go naked, though.
I don't know. I'll ask Evelyn.
So you head back to the Magisterium, and kind of more and more guests are starting to arrive, and people are starting to get dressed in their outfits. Um, you all get back to your rooms and decide to change into tonight's evening wear, and the menus have all been placed on your beds by Deet, um, showing tonight's appetizers, entrees, and desserts. Here I can send it.
You made one?
He's like prepping us for like actual Disney.
Literally.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
yep, exactly. This is the Be Our Guest menu.
I did say Lumiere and Cogsworth were
That's true.
hosting, and Tiana and Naveen were cooking it all up, and French food obviously is a delight, even though it's not French, it's Sicily, the province of Sicily. Um, and then uh, as you all kind of gather in the hallway, you see coming toward the corridor. Let me actually do this first because Main Street can only happen for so long.
Where's the menu?
I put in reference. Um, you see a woman in a black dress with purple lining and red emblems, as well as a little bit of a tiara on her head, with her black hair has grown out, no longer short and mangy looking. It's long and flowing and done up in beautiful looking black gloss to it. She has earrings on that accent her tiara and little apples. And she looks up, and you recognize her to be Evelyn. And she looks at you all and she says, "Ah, I was wondering when you all would arrive."
Elle rushes forward and hugs her. I missed you so much.
Evelyn stands very like stoic for a moment and then gives her a soft little pat on the back. She doesn't retain the hug for too long, but she says, "Ah, yes, the last, yeah. It is good to see you, my dear."
You look beautiful.
Well, thank you. They say that I might just be the fairest of them all.
I mean,
Good to see you again.
Ah, yes, Baili. Congratulations on your engagement. Eliot just told me.
Thank you. News travels fast. What have you
Well,
been up to these last few months?
well, have you know, I've become the head potioneer and alchemist here at the Magisterium. Got rid of that old hag that was in my place before, eh? But we have Sapphiria to thank for that. And Lucifer, of course.
oh,
Congratulations to you as well.
Thank you.
what
Luke
will
and I
that do
hear
with you
you're...
being queen? Sorry.
With me being queen, well, let's just say I have plenty of time to mosey my way up to the prince's heart, possibly marry him and take over the castle. I'm
Okay.
kidding, calm down. The prince is too good for me. He's all smiles and chivalry, and that's just not my style.
Heard a lot about this prince, and he sounds really charming.
Well, they say that he even rivals Prince Charming himself, which Cinderella has told me that he's been able to come back from the story realms.
So we heard too. Yeah.
Have you seen her lately?
No, I guess we should check in.
If you do see her, will you tell her that her little rats have been running around the castle?
Oh, come on. There's a bunch of familiars here.
Yes, but mice? All right, fine. We'll let him know that I had to save them from some of the other familiars that were chasing after them.
Definitely let her know.
Wonderful. Well, I'll see you all this evening. I have a few other people I need to meet.
It was great seeing you.
Ta-ta. She turns around and saunters her way back down the corridor.
She seems different.
She's happy.
She seems good. I'm happy for her.
She's really settled in her new role, and I think it gives her purpose.
It's a good role for her too. She'll be able to teach a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. Should we check in with Cinderella, like she said, or head on our own merry way?
Well, everyone's going to be there, so we get to check in with everybody.
Okay. I've never really been to one of these things, so I'm just gonna follow along.
All right, so you all head downstairs to the banquet hall where everyone is gathered, talking, drinking, being merry, dancing to the band. You see everyone in their beautiful ball gowns and suits and things like that. You see Cinderella and Aurora and Jasmine are there, and Tiana is making sure that everyone is getting fed and passing out drinks. Um, Along with some of the other princesses that you may have not known. You see a girl with short brown hair and a pink and purple dress attached to the hip to a man wearing a blue vest and royal looking pants. Um, and uh, Merida is there as well, biting on an apple, kind of sitting around the corner, up against the wall, kind of just eyeing the party and not so much really engaging with other guests. Um, you also see a woman in a beautiful Jian show looking wear with black hair next to a strapping man as well. Um, just kind of everyone of storybook characters are all here.
Feels like a dream. Like everybody's really pretty and handsome. And I feel like I don't belong.
You're not the only one.
Well, what do we do?
Well, let's go find Cinderella and wish her congratulations.
Okay.
Sounds good to me.
So you kind of go around the uh ballroom and you see Cinderella in her blue dress with her blonde hair pulled up in a tight bun and black choker as she is seen conversing with a man in red pants and a white top with a gold sash as they're drinking merrily on their wine. Ella, she turns and she goes, oh my gosh, and she sets down her wine on a table and she runs up to her and hugs you all. Oh, it's so wonderful to see you all. And she kisses you on both cheeks. How are you all doing?
Much better than last time. You know.
Certainly.
Of course, of course. Please, I need you to meet someone. And you go over and you see the prince from the story realm. Darren, these are my friends, Baili, Elowen, Dal, and Lucan. They're all the ones that kind of help save the day. And Darren, he goes, charmed, I'm sure. It's very nice to meet you all. And he bows.
Oh. Thal bows back.
Bailey dips her head. Wonderful to meet you.
It's nice to meet you as well, and welcome to Everas. I'm so glad you're able to join us here, and congratulations, you two.
Yes, it only feels like just yesterday we were singing So This Is Love. Well, enjoyed the party, are you?
I think so. What do we do here? Just talk?
Yes, of course. Talk, dance, eat, enjoy yourself for this evening.
Okay. I think we could do that. I totally know how to do all those things. Maybe. I know how to eat.
I'm sure you'll do just fine, Thal. Oh, Elowen, fairy godmother told me she shall be arriving no later than midnight this evening with your friend Talib.
Thank you so much. I can't wait. Oh, and Evelyn had a she told me to tell you that your mice friends, they are running around the Magisterium too much because some of the other familiars have been chasing them. Maybe just let them know, just to be a little careful because sometimes you can't control them.
Of course, that's Jacques and Gus Gus. I will definitely let them know. Thank you.
Of course.
It is still a little strange knowing that Evelyn is on our side now.
It is, but she's come a long way.
So I've heard. If Eliot trusts her, then so do we.
She saved our lives. Literally.
You must be eternally grateful.
Yeah. Twice over.
Well, I will keep you to it. There are plenty of other people that would love to see you.
Really?
Yes, and you all must save me a dance.
Of course.
Okay.
She
She like
turns and
whispers.
yeah.
Sorry. She like
No,
whispers and like, who wants to meet us?
Everyone.
Why?
Uh, we're not as well known as the Guardian, but the Keepers are a big deal. And all we can catch up with all of the princesses who we've met before and see how they're all doing. You know how you met up with Elsa and Anna? It's kind of like this, but we just go around and we'll talk to everybody and maybe get a second and we can all go on the dance floor and dance together. Uh, I'm more comfortable around these kinds of things now. I can help you. Come on. And she takes Thal's hand. She's like, let's go get a drink. Let's settle your nerves.
Settle nerves. Okay.
I didn't know there'd be so much attention focused on us.
As you go over to the kind of drinks and bar, you see Lucifer in just absolutely dapper looking suit, standing very tall, almost at 7 feet tall, in salt and pepper hair and a growing beard. His dark red eyes kind of gleam over as he drinks on a crimson looking liquid out of his goblet. And then he holds it over and he says, "Ah, darlings, so good to see you all."
It's good to see you as well. How have you been since our last meeting? Sorry about your sleep stuff.
You're actually fine, my dear. It was quite nice getting a little bit of rest, seeing as I don't sleep anymore. Feel
Oh,
like it's taken ages off of me.
I didn't know vampires couldn't sleep. That is very good to know. Huh. I knew you
We,
guys drank blood.
we also don't sleep upside down like bats.
What are bats? She's just freaking out.
Oh dear. Here, would you like some wine?
Yes. And she looks at the others. I am an adult. I can drink wine now. She drinks it. And she's like, what is this?
It's a bit of an acquired taste. A red Merlot.
And she's just like grimacing while she's drinking it. Oh,
Hello,
so good.
Elowen, my dear, how are you?
Oh, I am over the moon right now. All my friends are back. Everyone we've ever met is here, and it couldn't get much better than this. How are you doing, Lucifer? You settling in nice?
Of course, it's nice to be back here in the Magisterium and being able to command over the dark foes that lie within Everas and making sure they don't get too thirsty on mortal flesh. But other than
Much
that, it's been nice.
appreciated.
Of course. You're looking quite fabulous tonight. Perhaps you'll be the belle of the ball.
No.
Well, my
No.
dear, all eyes are on you four.
Belle,
You
I
If
kind of
think.
anybody,
you kind of like look around and you realize that there are people kind of like looking of your way and like maybe whispering or pointing in your direction.
well, if anybody's the belle of the ball, it's going to be Thal. She is absolutely stunning tonight.
I don't want to be a ball of a belle or a belle of ball. What does that even mean?
It's one of the highest compliments you can get at a party such as this.
Oh God, I just did like this whole other thing yesterday, and that was enough attention on me, and it almost messed that one up. I don't want to mess this one up either.
You'll be
You won't.
fine. It's nothing that you have to do. It's what everyone else sees of you.
Oh, okay.
Mia, Mia is coming. Yes.
Yeah, she'll be here. She's just a little behind. I thought I'd go first and get her a chance to be reunited with these guys.
Perfect. Then you'll be at the celebration at the end of the week.
Of course. I wouldn't miss it
Perfect.
for anything.
Must say, I'll have to look for the invite to your wedding.
Oh, you'll get it.
Perfect. Perfect. Now, Lucan, you're looking very fine. How are you holding up?
I'm doing well. I am enjoying getting to learn how to properly fight instead of just winging it most of the time.
Just swinging it. No pun intended, I say.
That wasn't intentional. No.
It's all right. Now, go. Don't don't let me keep you up. I'm sure there are other friends you would like. It was nice seeing you all.
Lucifer.
Yes, thou.
Oh no, I said you too.
Oh, I thought you said
Yeah.
Lucifer. Go. Au revoir. And he disappears into the crowd.
She like drinks the rest of the wine. Ugh, I forgot that was bad. I can see why people drink it. It makes you feel a little fuzzy.
It's called liquid courage for a reason. I don't partake, but I know that some people get more relaxed, calmer, and I know that you were having a hard time with this. It is a lot, but if throughout the week maybe you'll get more relaxed.
A lot of noise and a lot of walking. Yeah, it's louder up here than it is in the seas, and I just got reused to the waves. But yeah,
Is there anyone else you want to see? No? Alrighty.
this
You all take your places at the tables, um, and eventually a uh, Eliot comes to the front of the hall, and you hear a thunderous applause and echoing throughout the hall. And as everything starts to settle down, your goblets are filled with whatever ciders or ales or beers or wines that you wish. And he says, "Good evening, everyone. I'm welcome to this joyous occasion filled with friends, family, and acquaintances. For those of you who do not know, that my name is Elliot Spellman, and I have been given the honor of accepting my role as Guardian of Everas. These past few months I've been trying to rebuild our world after the Great Sleep had happened, and I want to make sure that this time is full of hope and dreams. You all deserve the best dreams ever, and I hope that I can one day give you that. hope, and dreams. Now, this festivity is, of course, an honoring of me, and I'm so very humbled for everyone here celebrating this. But I just wanted to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. Now, if you don't mind, I would like for everyone, and then from the chamber hall, the doors open and a processional enters with loud horns and trumpets as the king, queen, and Prince Chadwick of Haven enter in through the hall. Everyone starts to applaud them as they head down to the front of the hall where Eliot is standing, and the king and queen bow to the world, to the room, and Chadwick is a very probably one of the most handsome men you've ever seen in your life. He's charming, he's witty, he's just everything that a prince should really kind of invoke. Muscly, a nice stubble, bright blue eyes, and coiffed brown hair. The king and queen, do their, announcement like, "Hello, welcome, so and so and so and so." Um, Eliot continues his speech, just kind of going, thanking people and pointing out different princesses and other bits of royalty, nobility, gentry, things like that. And then he motions over to your table. And of course, I couldn't have had this without the help of the keepers. Baili, Elowen, Thal, Lucan, would you please stand?
Bailey gets up from her seat and looks around and kind of waves at everybody.
Everyone claps and cheers and applauses for you all, and you sit back down in your table. They are the keepers of Everas, for without them, the Great Sleep could not have ended. Now, if we would all like to enjoy our dinner this evening, you shall see them appear on your plates as all of our staff here will bring whatever it is you wanted from your menus. And then there's another interruption. This time, Prince Chadwick steps forward next to Eliot, and he says, "Ladies and gentlemen of Haven, as your prince and future king of the city and of the region, I do have an announcement that I would like to make." And there kind of a hush kind of dies down over the banquet hall, and you hear shushing and kind of glass clink and things like that. Chadwick steps forward and he says, "It would bring me the greatest pleasure to unite the Magisterium and the Brotherhood together to bring hope back to Everas." And then he gets down on one knee next to Eliot and says, "Eliot Spellman, you do me the pleasure in becoming the future king of Haven with me, reuniting the Magisterium and the Brotherhood?" You see Eliot's face flush, his eyes grow wide, and he kind of like looks over the room and his eyes land on you all at the table. And then for the first time you see Sapphiria at her own table sitting with Evelyn and Lucifer and some others that you haven't met yet. You see Sapphiria kind of emotionless, staring directly at Eliot from behind. And then Eliot turns in and says, "Chadwick, this is this is all a little public, and um, I," and he, for the first time, Eliot doesn't know what to say. He normally has something to say and answer for everyone, and almost through anxiety, and you can feel the tension rise throughout the room as Eliot nods his head and says, "Yes, if that is what the people of Everas want, then I will bring hope back to the world. Yes, Chadwick, I will." And Chadwick gets up from his knee, hugs Eliot as the whole entire room just roars in applause as your food gets placed on your table with whatever you had ordered. And Chadwick and Eliot go and sit down at their own respective their respective table. Alice comes over and sits down at the table as she's biting on one of the muffins that she had, and she says, "Wow."
That was unexpected.
I can't think of a better king, though.
I mean, is he able to do both?
It's Eliot. I'm sure he can figure it out.
True.
Is that legal?
Okay.
What was that?
What was that? Okay.
um, Alice, she's like, I mean, that is a lot. But they said that they're reuniting the Magisterium and the Brotherhood together. I guess that would be all right. Well, I'm happy for them anyways.
What exactly is the Brotherhood?
The Brotherhood is a uniting of all the regions and kingdoms, making sure they're band together to stand up against any type of evil threat that might come through.
Oh. So it's more of an alliance than the marriage, I guess.
Suppose so.
You know, like when you're forced to marry somebody.
You're
Not that I
talking
would
about
know that, but
you're talking about the betrothal.
yeah, that thing.
Yeah. See, I was once proposed to, but then I ran away and fell down the rabbit hole. Again.
Well, you
But I
got
don't
out of
really
that
want to.
one.
Yeah, I really don't want to end up like my Auntie Imogen either.
Who's
Is
that?
marriage bad?
One of my aunts. She's a widower. Never married again after he died. But I suppose it's not bad if it's good for Everas.
Do you think he'll
Yes,
be
but
happy?
I mean, look at Eliot now. He seemed to be smiling.
True.
what what about Sapphiria?
What about her? I haven't actually seen her.
She's over there at that table. Well, in order to wake Elliot up, they had to. Well,
Yes.
They kissed.
Oh. Well, I suppose that puts them in a bit of a pickle now, doesn't it?
I'm just worried about their feelings, that's all.
Well,
Maybe we should go talk to her.
you said she's at
I mean,
that table over there,
Yeah, I'll go
Yeah.
over there. Let's see what's going on.
but I don't even see her. And you
Is
look
she
over
not?
the table and she's not there.
Oh,
She's right by Evelyn. Oh. Hmm.
Oh, Evelyn still gives me the willies.
She's not that bad. I mean,
Suppose.
she's nice to us.
Well, that's good.
I wonder if Evelyn knows where she went.
Well, you guys can go and talk to her. I need to go talk to a man about a hat. See you all later.
Bye.
Bye. I mean, maybe we should go with Eliot first, make sure that he's happy. He did look at us like he wanted an answer from us for some reason.
Maybe we should wait until the meal's over and everyone starts dancing again. So we don't want to
You're
seem
right.
where could Sapphiria have gone, though? She was just there.
Maybe she walked out.
I
I
mean,
think I'm
like,
gonna go look for her. If none of you guys have anything against
Does she have one of these things? And he like holds up the little sphere, telesphere.
I don't see why not. I mean, Elliot gave it to us, so I assume she would have one.
well, let's try to call her.
So you hold up your sphere, and you try to ring her, but she doesn't pick up.
I might be upset.
I'm gonna go look for her. If you guys are okay with that.
Yeah.
That's fine.
All right.
Bailey will get up and go and try to think of anywhere Sapphiria might go and look around and try to look for any sign that she might have passed through the room or halls or whatever.
Do you stop by the table? Like pass by Evelyn's table?
We could probably
Yeah,
ask Evelyn.
yeah, she'll pass by the table and kind of look to Evelyn. You see which way Sapphiria went?
Um, yes. She went over there, probably to the garden courtyard. She didn't seem very happy about the proposal. Would you like
No,
me to join you?
that's up to you. Whatever you'd like to do.
Do a bit of a breathe. Follow me. And you get up and you exit into the a darkened night courtyard, where a soft fountain kind of trickles down. The echoes of the music drift from the Magisterium as the crickets start to pick up in the starry night sky outside. Um, you pass by hedges and of roses and different sculptures and things in the garden, and then you see Sapphiria slumped over a stone bench, who seems to be crying.
Bailey will walk over and not say anything, but just place like one cool hand on Sapphiria's shoulder.
Sapph, like, jumps. And you can tell that she does not like being touched by people she doesn't know. And maybe there's some underlying trauma there. And she's like, oh, just you. And she, like, wipes her face real fast. How have you guys
Sorry,
been?
I didn't mean to scare you. We're good.
Don't worry.
We're all right. Uh, are you okay?
Yeah, yeah, I'm as bright as the sun's.
Right. That's why you're weeping on a stone bench.
It's, I don't know. It seems weird.
You and Eliot did have sort of a moment a few months ago. Does that
Yeah,
have anything to do with this?
pauses and she looks down at her hands and then looks at Evelyn and then back to you guys. And she's like, we haven't really spoken about that moment, to be honest, at all. We've been dealing with things. It's just, I don't know. It's not like him, this alliance. I don't know. I feel like,
DM, I have a question. Oh,
Yeah,
sorry. When we look at Eliot, do we still feel that warm, fuzzy feeling?
it's there.
Okay.
it's, I don't know. I've been afraid to bring it up, obviously, what's happened. I don't want to bring up unnecessary trauma for him. And then I know we've gone to the castle a lot together and he's seen Chadwick these past couple months. I just, I don't know. I think I'm more shocked than anything, but it feels weird. Maybe it's because he's my best friend and that means I have to give him up for somebody else. I feel like it feels like I might lose him again. And she's like twisting her arms, like visibly painfully.
Haley will sigh and sit down on the bench next to Sapphiria. I mean, you're not giving him up. And you say this doesn't seem like him, but uniting the Magisterium and the Brotherhood, it's going to be good for Everas, right? That's all he's about, is making choices that are good for Everas, and it might not be that different. I don't think you have to think of it that way.
True. He loves Everas more than anything in this world. Well, I guess the universe.
Bailey
It's
kind
just,
of stares at Sapph, kind of feeling what she means by that. More than you?
of course, he loves him that more than me. He's always loved Everas more than me. I've known that. I've known that from the start.
That's not easy.
I mean, this is part of life, right? Tragedy, lost love. This, you know, it's what I was created for, I guess.
Can I give you some unrequested advice?
Sure. I mean, you're the keepers of Everas, you know more than me.
Maybe. I think you should talk to him about it. About what happened a few months ago about the kiss. I think that you should tell him how you feel.
I know I should. She looks at Evelyn and then back down to her hands. I just don't want to lose him by admitting my true feelings. You know, like you all have best friends, right? And maybe you've fallen in love with them from a time, I guess. I'd rather have him as my best friend than lose him forever, knowing that I could have just not said my true feelings. I guess for the first time, or I guess second time now in my life, I'm afraid. And I
I do
don't
understand
really
that.
get afraid.
Believe me, I know. But if I hadn't confessed my feelings to Mia, then we would never have been anything more than friends in the first place. And if it's torturing you this much to hold that inside, it might be worth it to express that to him. And if he's truly your best friend, the worst thing that will happen is you'll have a weight off your shoulders.
I mean, I think he knows I love him. Just,
But you did wake him up with true love's kiss. I don't really know how much more straightforward it could get than that.
she looks kind of like, not disturbed, but she looks like something's wrong with that too. She's like, I don't know. I feel like the kiss shouldn't have woken him. It's
Why
just,
would you say that?
it's just not him. I don't want to give too much about him that he doesn't want me to give away. It's just, I don't know. It's just not him, to be honest. A kiss shouldn't have woken him. Why would a kiss? And she
A
seems
lot
like
has
mumbling and rambling now.
a lot has happened, Sapphiria, and all I know is that nothing is going to be solved by holding it inside. You have to talk to him. You have to. I mean, otherwise you're just gonna feel like this indefinitely.
Felt like this for so many years. What's a little bit
Talk
more
to him.
though?
As you're all
You can make
talking,
your own choices.
you hear footsteps coming along the cobblestone path. As you turn and see Eliot hand in hand with Chadwick as they enter the courtyard. And Eliot kind of stops and furls his eyebrows and lets go of Chadwick's hand. And he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt this."
interrupting anything. And Sapph like completely demeanor changes and she's smiling. She's like, we're just catching up, that's all. It's been a while. I came out here for a bit of fresh air, that's all.
Oh, yeah, I suppose it has. They were serving dessert inside when I went over to your table to say hi. Y'all were gone, and Chadwick mentioned that he wanted to walk around the gardens here.
Are you okay? She kind of like says it kind of hushed to Eliot, like so only he can hear.
You see, like Eliot, like nod his head, very subtly, and Chadwick is like, "Well, hello everyone. My name is Prince Chadwick. It is a pleasure to meet you all."
Val like curtsies, and then Sapph also like looks at Eliot, and then she curtsies to Chadwick. She's like, "Congratulations."
Well, thank you, Sapphiria. I appreciate it. Sorry I didn't converse with you first about wanting to wed your friend here, but you know how love is.
Yeah, one would know how love is. As long as you treat him nicely and fairly, we'll be fine.
Of course, I will. This is for the better of Everas as a whole. I'm glad to be reuniting the Magisterium and the Brotherhood together. And I couldn't have done it without your help.
Right? And she looks at Eliot again, kind of nervous. And she's like really looking at him, making sure that he's like okay.
You just kind of see him like hazily like looking at Chadwick with a small smile on his face, and then he like looks back at you all and is like trying to like assess the scene. He can definitely tell that like something is off, but he doesn't say anything. Um and Elliot's like, um I would like to catch up with you all. So, um everyone is doing, and then Chadwick is like, "Oh, Elliot, let's let them be. There's a few people from my family I would like you to meet. It was a pleasure meeting you all." And Elliot's like, "Oh, okay. Um, I'll talk to you all later."
And Sapph will grab Elliot's wrist and whisper in his ears like, if you need something, tug your earlobe twice. And then she lets him go.
Chadwick takes Elliot's hand, and then you hear them like conversing, and Chadwick is very animated about whatever he's talking about as they enter back inside the Magisterium. And Evelyn is like, she's like pacing around the courtyard, and she's like, "Ugh, I'm going back in."
You were in love once too, Evelyn.
She like stops with her back facing you all, and then she turns and she says, "I was in love with an idea." And then she walks away.
I don't think she's very happy about it either.
It's
But
complicated.
even that, like, why wouldn't he consult me first? Not saying like, oh, do you love each other or do you even like him? Like, I mean, am I that invisible to everybody? Am I just a nothing? I don't know. And then you saw Elliot. He's like beaming and blushing and stuff, but I don't know. He seems uncomfortable. But I guess love is uncomfortable. But yeah, I wouldn't know. But she
Nobody
definitely
knows.
knows.
It's all right. It's just life, like you said. I mean, it's complicated and nobody really knows, and it'll be all right. He's doing what he needs to do to ensure the safety of Everas. We have to trust him.
And that's what scares me. What if he puts Everos first too much, not himself? He's always dreamed of like true love from his fairy tales and stuff like that, but is this true love? Is this really, really wants? I mean, he can have true love with anybody. I don't care. As long as he's happy, that's honestly all I really care about is his happiness.
Are you sure that's true? You're allowed to care about yourself, Sapphiria.
It's true. I care about his happiness more than anything. I care about him more than anything.
Then you have to trust him.
I'll try. I'll try to trust both of them. I'm not sure about Chadwick yet. He's a prince. And from what my experiences are with princes, they're not the most forward in the truth department. Yeah. I feel bad for taking you away from the festivities, actually, if you want to head
It's
back
alright.
inside.
I needed some fresh air anyways.
Thank you for coming to check on me. You didn't have to. I don't actually deserve it, technically.
Would you say that?
It's me, I'm Sapphiria High Magic. Nobody
Whatever.
trusts me.
I trust you. You've helped us through a lot, and I don't really know what to say to. I mean, I don't know the right answer or what to say to console you, but there have been times even on this journey where I really, really doubted my future with Mia, and time has a way of working these things out. I don't think you should worry too much. You can't overthink it.
Well, but in the meantime, I'll be in the shadows, as always, keeping a weather eye on him to protect him in his heart. That's my duty.
Let's go inside and have a drink. We can't sit out here and think about it all night. It'll be okay. Eliot knows what he's doing, and you're his best friend. You mean more to him than anyone. I'm sure of that.
But does he know what he's doing? And there's like some like trauma that like kind of passes over her eyes as she says that.
I don't know, but I don't think we can sit here and assume that he doesn't. I mean, he has to. He's the guardian, and now he's the king. So we have to support him and trust him.
That's weird. Right. Well, let's get you guys back inside.
All right,
She
so
like
yeah.
walks. Sorry.
Okay, I'll say we'll end tonight's episode here. So that's a good little bookmark place right there. But welcome back. Welcome to Act 2.
Act 2, baby.
Absolutely. Got some fun stuff in store. Lots of surprises along the way for sure.
I love everybody's faces. You're like, oh. Oh.
Yep, that was fun. But
Yeah.
do you have any questions, comments, concerns, clarifications, anything we need to go over?
What version of Chadwick is this?
What?
Like, is he good? He's good, right? Okay.
Okay.
Version?
What?
What?
Would you say what version of Chadwick?
Yeah, is he nice? Is he mean?
Yeah. He's been nothing
Okay.
but nice so far.
That's true. Yeah, he's like kingly. I don't know. I'm so. This is actually still a Sapphiria. She's so worried for Eliot right now. Like she's so terrified for him.
He'll be alright. He can handle
She's
himself.
terrified.
A little bit of a.
No, he can't. He's
Of course he
proven
can.
that.
All right, my friends. I hope you have a wonderful evening. I love you all. Thanks for joining this evening. You have a wonderful night, okay?
You too.
Thank you.
Guys,
All right.
Trey,
Yeah. Mhm.
What would be a good time and day